Welcome, everyone. This lesson will guide you through the A2 oral production section of the Pistopisi Elinomathias Greek Language Certification exam. Together, we'll explore a real exam-style speaking task, understand what the examiners expect, and go through practical tips to help you speak clearly, confidently, and naturally, even with simple Greek.